It has come to my attention that we might be blown to smithereens. And I think that that is possibly one of the worst things you can be blown to. I think I'd rather be blown to bits. Having imminent death more present in my mind, it's made me more fond and appreciative of the things that I have in my life. And I believe that the universe has a checks and balance system where things figure themselves out. I'm not saying that in a submissive or passive way. We are part of the things. We do figure it out. Reality is not exhausting. Our resistance to it is. I understand all perspectives and sides that aim towards a goal or center. And in understanding them, I sometimes lose myself within these perspectives instead of having a definitive one myself. It's hard for me to make decisions and snap into one or the other because I see through all. And I feel like defining my humanity, there's certain things that although I understand both, I have to be one. Both cannot exist at the same time. You think of Schrödinger's cat, either he's alive or he's dead. There's a little suspension moment where he is both, but when you look at it and reality intervenes, it has to choose a side. I feel like I tend to fluctuate between surrender, letting go of control, and allowing life to unfold as is, and I am the creator of my reality and I decide how to build and morph my life. I understand both, but I cannot be both at the same time. I cannot let go of control completely and just let things unravel, and at the same time be the one constructing and laying down what foundation I want, laying down my expectations, and this is what I want out of life, and deciding that this is what I want and I will settle for nothing less. So although I understand both, I must choose one. And I feel like that is why I have been existing in this waiting or suspension period for so long, because I'm waiting for an external force to decide for me and almost like send me down one of them, when in reality I have to choose whether I want one or the other. The ocean doesn't look the same 2 days in a row. I feel like there's days where the ocean is a bit more stirred and there's days where it's serene. For now, I choose surrender. I'm talking it over with myself, trying to come to the decision, because I'm like, I choose surrender, and then I'm driving and I'm like, I feel stress, I feel tension within. So the way that I'm going about it is realistically, based on what I've observed in myself, what kind of person am I? Am I someone that when I meet resistance or hardship, do I view that as a signal to work harder, to push past that obstacle? Or do I view hardship and struggle as a closed door? Do I have an internal belief that when things are meant for me, they will just effortlessly flow? And I think it's hard because I'm both. And who made the rules that I can't just hold the paradox that I am? I go back in circles and go back to square one, and I think that's quite all right. But I think I am capable of both. I am someone that I have pushed really hard and have overcome really difficult things in this life. And I am an achiever. I have achieved a lot of goals in this life that I've wanted for myself, despite how difficult it's been to achieve. But I am also someone that things have flowed for me effortlessly when they're just meant to be, and I haven't had to push and pull and tug for certain things. It just flows for me. And I think I feel the best and the most fulfilled when things flow for me, when I don't have to push and pull and earn. I don't know, because even saying that, like, I do like a challenge. I like being sharpened. I like life to act as a sparring partner for me. I do like a challenge. I don't even know if I'm derailing too much, but is this something of like, do I prefer chaos over peace? And yeah, I can have a healthy balance of both if I wanted to. I feel like I am someone who is quite translucent, and I think that sometimes I have tried to fortify myself in a way where I have a really strong column, like a really strong spine, but I don't think that I was built that way. Like, I think I was built malleable for a reason. Is it possible to just, it's that I am craving something, because if I was just okay with being both, then I don't think I would mind this state of suspension or waiting I feel as though I'm currently in. But a part of me does want resolution. A part of me does want to snap into one reality or the other. And I have free will. I have to make that choice. But I'm just stuck in terms of what is the best choice to make. Do I want to surrender to the world, or do I want the world to surrender to me? Do I want reality to warp around me? Or do I want to observe reality unravel as is? I don't know. What system am I even using to determine this? And I even struggle with that. Do I have an internal system or an external one? And sometimes I like to believe that my system is internal, that I'll just know. But sometimes I actually believe that my system is external. I go based off of what is reinforced by my external reality, and I use that as guidance instead of having an inner guidance system, if that makes any sense. And usually what's been reinforced for me externally has been to surrender. It's what is the most reinforced. So then I guess, because I believe we are everything, that God is both inside and out. I think it's all a mirror, but it's what am I using? Do I want to change? Like, am I identifying myself with my reflection or the thing reflecting off of that? If that makes like any sense, okay? Do I want to view God as an external force or an internal one? And what would that look like for me? Because if I outsource for guidance and I go based off of what is confirmed or reinforced through the outside, then that could be fickle, because the outside can just flip on its head immediately. And things that were reinforced for me today can then be punished tomorrow. So do I just cling on to my internal system and forget what the outside is telling me and live in a sort of almost delusional state where like I just believe my inside despite what the outside is showing me, and I just keep pushing and I keep being guided by that internal thing? Or do I use the outside reality to fortify or corroborate my guidance? Do I create my own purpose here on earth? Or do I trust that I have a purpose that is given to me by God or my higher self? And I sometimes ask God to provide me with real life proof that I am living in accordance to what His divine purpose is for me. But then would the fruit be just soul level fruit, confirming to me that I am living my purpose out? Or would it be confirmed to me that I'm living my purpose through physical, tangible fruit, like wealth or going up in this game's ladder? Like, would the fruit that's being shown to me to prove that I'm living my purpose be wisdom, growth, love, union internally, connection? Or would it be my ability to form social connections, to gain abundance and tangible money? Like, what system am I using to determine that I'm doing the right thing? And how do I even determine what the right thing is for myself? This decision matters to me because I want to know where to appropriately pour my energy into. Because if I'm pouring my energy into both, then I'm not progressing, I'm not moving. The potential energy does not become kinetic, and I'm just kind of stagnant and stuck while leaking energy. So I feel like making this decision would mean that I can begin movement. How do I marry life and show up for it as a proper wife if I can't commit? Have I fallen in love with the complexities of my mind and identified myself with this complexity? Me accepting the complexities of my mind being my true self? Or am I impeding myself or being my true self by staying stuck in the complexities of my mind? Does my true self exist beyond the complexities of my mind? Is my true self both? If so, then what does that look like in real world application? Because truly, even through this thinking loop and this overthinking, I feel happy. Like, I do feel good and at peace. I don't feel like my okayness and peace would come from a resolution. Being in this back and forth, in this tension, in this tug of war is enjoyable for me. Weirdly enough, like when I express these things, I'm just speaking my inner monologue out loud, but it's not really an attempt of like asking for help or wanting to solve anything. I quite enjoy this. I don't think surrender is what I really want, because I do want things out of life. So because I want independence, I want to live in my own apartment, and I want to do whatever it takes to achieve that. So with that paradigm, surrender would be laziness. It would be me not wanting to do, or me not taking responsibility for what I have to do to get what I want out of life. I feel like surrender would be letting go of want altogether. But then where I do get stuck is like, what do I really want out of life? And a part of me feels like at some point I want to want nothing. Like I wish to desire nothing. And I don't know if I desire that because truly I desire it, or because I think that's what I should be desiring, to have no desires at all. Like, was that idea planted in me, or is that an idea that sprouted from me? Does it matter? If it is an idea that I'm engaging with, it means that something within my system resonates with it or to it. So I feel like, wouldn't it be better to just rip the Band-Aid off now and then just not want anything? Or am I condemning myself for wanting something? And is that in itself me resisting? Like, is me desiring something out of life me resisting the flow of things? Or is me trying to stop myself from desiring me resisting things? I think God put me here because this is what he wanted. If not, that I'd be someone else and I would have different thoughts and a different way of going about things. But God didn't want someone else, God wanted me. So here I am with all my things. He wanted me in my perception. He wanted me in the way that I process and render the world. And I find comfort in that. That even in this confusion, it is perfect because I was made to exist in this. And it doesn't mean I'll exist in this indefinitely. It's just that's where I'm at right now. And I cannot be where I am not. When I accept where I am, to that place I will be brought. I think this is where life exists, in this push and pull, in this constant tension. This is where co-creation happens.